Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of baby name lists. I'm Mackenzie and today we're going to be doing literature inspired names. Now I've got a long list here. I have 15 boys names and 15 girls names. So first, where do the girls names? So starting off strong, we got Scout. Now Scout is a character from To Kill a Mockingbird, and it would be the perfect name for your little explorer. Next we have Daisy. Daisy is a character in The Great Gatsby. And I really like this one. I'd say it's one of the more underused flower names. And you don't hear it that often. Next we have Fern. Now Fern is from Charlotte's Web. Fern was the little girl in the story, and she befriended the spider and the pig. Next we have Mia. Mia is from The Princess Diaries, if any of you remember that. It's a really good book and movies. Next we have Elizabeth. This is a bit of an older one. It's from the book Pride and Prejudice. So this is more of a classical literature vibe. If you don't like the name Elizabeth fully, you can always shorten it to Eliza. So there's that as well. Next we have Scarlet. Scarlet is from Gone with the Wind, another classic. And I really like this one. I like the double letters at the end, it's fun. The next on this list is Jane. Jane is a very underutilized name, I would think. More people should use Jane. It's very on trend with being a short letter name and more vintage, and I really like it. Next, this is probably the biggest classic on the list. This is Juliet, as in from Romeo and Juliet. We all had to read it in school. So I really like this one. I think you'll play around with the spelling too, so you can do a double T at the end instead of just one T, but Juliet. Next is Eleanor. Now I stumbled upon this one and I was fascinated by the alternative spelling. So it's actually spelled Elinor. And Eleanor is from the novel Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, and it's the oldest daughter in the family. But I found the spelling very fascinating, kind of intuitive. Sounds how it spells. Next, okay, this one. This is Junie. If you all read Junie B. Jones, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the perfect name for your kid if you want them to be funny and spunky. Junie in the book was actually short for Juniper, so you could do that as well. And I like how it's kind of like the name June, but it's got more of a fun feel to it, like Junie. Sounds fresher. Next we have Arya, and Arya is from Game of Thrones. I like the spelling of this one. I don't often see Arya spelled with a Y, so I think it's kind of fun. Next we have Allie. This is from one of the most iconic books, The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. And she played one of the main characters. And I also like the spelling of this one. It's spelled A-L-L-I-E instead of maybe a Y on the end like some might do. Next we have Nancy. Now I haven't heard this name in forever, so I thought I should add to the list. So Nancy was obviously from the Nancy Drew novels, but I think it's really fun and it should come back into style soon. Next we have Lucy. Again, I like this alternative spelling, L-U-C-I-E. Lucy was from A Tale of Two Cities, another piece of classical literature. Okay. Now the boys' names. First on this list we have Finn. Now, I really, really, really like this one. This is not necessarily a character's name from the book because the full name of the character was Huckleberry Finn, but you still got that Finn in there, and I think it's really cool. I like that name, and it's short, and it's very on trend, and you don't see it quite as often as some of the like #1 most popular names. Next, we have Atticus. Atticus is from To Kill a Mockingbird, and Atticus was a really good character in that book, and he cared a lot about helping others. This is a good name to give your baby fun to be caring and kind and care about issues in the world. Next is Holden. Holden is from To Catcher in the Rye. The Catcher in the Rye. Next, I have Ralph. Ralph is from Lord of the Flies. He was the main character in that novel. Next, I have Jay from The Great Gatsby. It was actually Gatsby's first name. It was Jay Gatsby. This is another piece of historical literature, and I think it's just a fun short name because you see Jason sometimes, but you hardly ever see just Jay. Next, we have Leopold. This is from Ulysses. Now, I found this one interesting because I had never really seen it used. I'd seen all the longer versions of Leo, like Leonardo, Leonard, but I hadn't ever seen Leopold, probably because I never read the Ulysses. But I thought it was a fun name, and it could be shortened to Leo, obviously, which is a really good nickname. Next, we got Harry. I think you know, guess where this one's from, but it's from Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, best-selling series, and there's also movies too, so it'd be kind of cool to watch with your kid or have them read it and be like, that's who you're named after. Or just have them share a namesake with them. Next, we have Percy. Percy is from The Lightning Thief, which is another popular novel. I have yet to meet any person named Percy, so I think it's kind of cool. It's fun, and I like how it ends in a Y. Gives it a more nicknamey vibe. Obviously, it can be short for Percival, but I like Percy on its own. Next, we have James. Now, there was a very popular novel called Casino Royale, and that is where James Bond originated. So if you want your kid to share a name with the spy, I think that'd be super cool. Next, we have another famous character. First appearing in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, we have Indiana, short for Indiana Jones. And I think Indiana is a fun name. It's similar to Indigo, which is on the rise, but it has the same nickname, even though it's a different name. So Indigo, Indy, Indiana, Indy. And if you wanted to name your daughter this, you could do Indiana, Indy, and also Anna. So I really like that. It gives you options. Next is Oliver from Oliver Twist. I like this one because it's got the nickname of Ollie, and it's really on the rise lately. Like recently, it was like #2 name in the US. Next, we have Caspian. Okay, I love this one. You can call him Cass, and it just sounds so old-fashioned, and I really like it. It's one of those names that should make a research, but I've never met anybody with this name either. So Caspian. It's actually Prince Caspian from Chronicles of Narnia. In this next one, he's also from Chronicles of Narnia, and it is Aslan. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Aslan. Also from Chronicles of Narnia. Now we got one of the most iconic characters on this next one. We have Romeo from Romeo and Juliet. And I really like this one, how it ends in an O. It's similar to like Romeo, Leo, Indigo, and all the other O names that are so popular right now. Now, lastly, we have Sydney. Now I see Sydney used more for a girl lately, but it has a unique vibe for a boy, and Sydney was a character in The Tale of Two Cities. Okay, and lastly, I thought I'd pair them up into sibling pairings for which names would sound good together as a sibling pair. So, first I have brother and sister sibling pairs I selected from our names today. So, the first pair I selected is Juliet and Leopold. I thought those matched each other's vibes so well. They both sound old-fashioned, but also have newer nicknames you can use. Juliet can be Jules, Leopold can be Leo. Next, I got Mia and Finn. I think those complement each other so well. They're both short names, and while Finn sounds a little more harsh, Mia has a softer sound. Mia and Finn. And I really like that pair together. For sisters, I have Fern and Daisy. Aside from them being both plants, I think they got like a naturey vibe, and I like them together. They're both short, Fern 4 letters, Daisy 5, and I feel like they complement each other. Next, on the sister list, we have Charlotte and Elizabeth. These are two classic names that I think go really well together. Charlotte has the double T, which I think is fun. Charlotte and Elizabeth both have T's in them at the end, and they both have an A as well. And I really like this sibling pair together. Charlotte can be Charlie, Elizabeth can be Eliza, and I really like it. Okay, my last two pairs I've selected are for brothers. The first I selected is Atticus. The second I've selected is Caspian. So I think Atticus and Caspian complement each other so well. They both feel old-fashioned, almost like medieval times? I don't know if that's the right word, but I think it's really cool. So I feel like they both sound like they could be a king's name, or prince, like Caspian's case. But I think they complement each other so well. They could be Addie and Cass. And lastly, the last sibling pair I've selected is Oliver and James. I think these two complement each other so well. And yeah, they're almost the same amount of letters. They're only one letter off again. And I really like this sibling set. It really matches. You can nickname them Ollie and Jamie, and I think they really match. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and comment what videos you want to see next. Check out my Instagram at babynameless and DM me for private consultations. Have a great day. Bye.